do we have? I think 18 points lower is where the pre-open is settled. The Sensex is settled about 40 points lower. And we are starting about 0.25% higher in the mid-cap index and the small-cap index. It's not a bad start. I mean, given, of course, what the backdrop really has been, of course, and more importantly, the gains that we've had off the lows as well, especially in the broader space. What do we have? First trades coming up. We'll look at the indices. We'll look at the Nifty heat map, just a quick sort of state of play, and then we'll look at individual stocks. So 24,570 on the Nifty. We're up, barely up, but up. The Nifty Bank is up about 0.25%, 55,740. Sensex is up about 0.25%. Small cap index is up 0.4. The mid cap index, I think, is also starting about 0.33% higher at this point in time. So, I mean, it's an unremarkable open, but it's a positive open. It's a higher start. The heat map should give you a quick sense of how the Nifty 50 stocks are opening, and then we will take it from there. It's all positive. I mean, I think you've got about 30-odd names, not all, but 30 stocks are higher, and you've got about 16, 17 names which are starting in the red. Nigel. Well,
the stocks, actually, there are a few of them that are reacting to individual news flow. So, you had Sun Pharma. They have announced the top-line results for a phase 2 trial of SCD-044. I think the drug did not meet the primary endpoints in either study, and because of that, you have Spark, actually, that's pulling back a goodish bit. Spark is actually down close to around 8.5%, so you should pull that one up for you on the screen. ABFRL, the large trade due, that explains why the stock is down close to 7%. 6.23% equity changes hands. In all probability, Flipkart is likely to have been the seller out there. So that's why, in fact, that stock is lower in trade. What else is moving around? Indices, well, that stock as well is down close to around 4%, I think. Out there as well, we had a large trade that was due. I think that as well has got cleared out. So keep an eye out on that particular name. On the upside, searching for a few winners since the markets are green, actually. Let's get a few of them up for you on the screen. Not finding any notable one. I think you had Everest Kanto. That one is up close to 3.5%. Lloyd Metal. Yesterday, I think we had Jay Bala who was saying on the charts that stock is looking quite good. After testing around 1,100, well, that's pulling back in style, up 3.5% as we speak. So big up move is what we're seeing out there. Motilal Oswal actually is doing quite well this morning. Stock is up 3.5%. Volumes as well very, very high for the initial few minutes. And Swiggy is the other name that's sitting with a gain of close to around 3%. Add to the list a Kochi shipyard as well. Good gains on that one. And volumes as well fairly good in today's trading session. Spark is now down 10%. So I think that's calling for attention. And NMDC, the price cut that was actually awaited and the street had a sniff of it, though the management yesterday was non-committal. But that 100-150 rupee price cut is something that the street was working with. That one as well comes up for you the screen with a mild cut of around 1.5%. Tata Tech close to around 750 rupees because of the large trade that was due out there as well.
No, absolutely. And I think we'll have to look at some of this stuff more closely. But I mean, blocks and blocks and blocks. It's just been incredible the pace at which it's all sort of coming, but also the pace at which it is all being absorbed as well. What do we have? I mean, right now with regards to market, it's still early. I mean, stuff is still opening, but it's positive. I mean, 2:1 in favor of advances is what we have. The number one volume-led gainer on the Nifty is Motilal Oswal. It's up 4%, and it's got twice the volumes on the NSE compared to the second largest volume-led gainer. Shipbuilders, once again a theme, and they always move in a pair or, like triplets. But Garden Reach and Cochin are the two names which are moving higher at this point in time. Garden Reach is up 5.5%. Cochin is up about 2.5%. Radico, I'm not sure we highlighted. Radico is up 4%. That's a pop, straight up. 2,800 on Radico, and it's got very large volumes, 140,000 shares right now, right at the word go. There is Premier Explosives, which is up about 5% as well. I can spot Hitachi, which is up about 2%, and there is Jubilant Food, which is up about 3% or so. And there's Techno Electric, which of course has done very well from the recent lows of about $1,000. Stocks at about 1,500. Policy Bazaar and Genus Power and Torrent Power. But then volumes start to fade off very, very fast as you kind of go down the list. The two biggest volume-led losers, as Nigel mentioned, of course, are Stuff Where There Is. there are blocks. Right?
Yeah, just one point on Motilal Oswal. The reason of that volume spike is 0.5% equity has changed hands. We'll have to check out who exactly with the parties. But for the time being, that explains the big volume surge that we're seeing. And a couple of other names, the Anil Ambani Group stocks, Reliance Power as well as Reliance Infra. Last 10 days or so, we have had massive volume action. Yesterday, it ended lower, both those two stocks. Today as well, very, very large volumes for the first few minutes. Both the stocks mildly higher.
I mean, they're back in that sense, right? I mean, the stocks have done phenomenally well. Both these names, Reliance Power and Reliance Infra as well. Well.